So East Asia is one of the most dynamic regions in the world. From an economic point of view, it is transforming politically, but of course all of this is bringing to the fore a number of long-standing security issues. The sea is central to understanding the international politics, the international dynamics of this region. Why? Well, because the economic foundations of the East Asian dynamism are based on a maritime heart. The maritime basins of the East and the South China Sea in particular, they are central to shipping lanes, they are central to the transportation of goods. It is what makes this region one of the most dynamic. At the moment, it is understood that between 30 and 40% of world trade goes in and out of East Asia through its main sea lanes. One of the ways in which we approach security and the understanding of East Asian security at King's is really to try to understand the premium that the different regional countries and countries like the United States that play a dominant and very major important role in regional politics put on maritime forces. And here the key point to take away is that maritime forces is not just about navies. It is about coast guards, it is about law enforcement agencies, it is about air forces and sort of the strategic and conventional dimension, land-based aviation, land-based missiles, how all of this contributes to shape the interactions among the different sort of state actors, and as a result of that, how they sort of bring stability or lack of stability in the region. Why it is important to look at maritime forces not just from one single perspective, the one that is the military, the naval one? Well, that's because the sea performs usually three important functions. It favors the movement of goods. Transportation is essential to the understanding of the sea as this free international space where navigation allows for economies to flourish. The sea is the largest maneuver space in the world that favors transport, communication, that of goods, primary resources. It is also an important resource in itself. And with the establishment of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, we've seen the emergence of a new normative framework that empowers coastal states with the rights to access and exploit these resources, but also with the responsibility to manage and protect the environment. Finally, of course, the third dimension, the strategic, the possibility to use the sea as this platform from where to project influence, promote diplomacy, as well as project power, close or far away from national shores. I think this is, again, one of the places where King's is rather unique. We try to look at it from both from a national perspective and a structural perspective. We look at it from the perspective of the major state actors in the region, Japan, China, the United States, some of the ASEAN actors, how they are sort of understanding the importance of the sea to their own national security, and how are they mobilizing their resources in order to invest, develop their capabilities, and working alone, together with close partners, but also in a sort of a regional sense. Studying East Asian security from a maritime perspective couldn't be any more timely. For the past 2 years, events in the East China Sea and the South China Sea have been on the front pages of most international media coverage, but also they've been as top items on security agendas of countries like the United States, China, Japan, and in a broader sense, sort of both East and Southeast Asia. Lack of definition of maritime boundaries, disputes over particular features that sits at the intersection of these disputed boundaries very much encapsulate this broader, more significant political questions.